Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to our live coverage of the 2018 Majlis Khuddamul Ahmadiyya UK National Ijtema. We're here on Sunday, which is the third and final day of the Ijtema. Now, yesterday we had a full schedule. There were many events that were happening, both academic and the sporting activities and exhibitions, and our teams were going all around the Ijtema site to bring you some of those, and they prepared a special report of the highlights of yesterday's Ijtema. So let's take a look.
Allahu Akbar.
بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو غضب کیا ہے جو کانٹوں سے پیار
اشہد اللہ الہ الا اللہ وحدہ لا شریک لہ واشہد ان محمدا عبدہ ورسولہ
کر دیکھو پھول کو بھی ہم کنار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو مسیح اترا ہے اندر منارت البیضاء مسیح اترا ہے اندر منارت البیضاء اٹھو کے جائے ادب ہے سوار کر دیکھو اٹھو کے جائے ادب ہے سوار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو لگاؤ سیڑھی اتارو دلوں کے آنگن میں لگاؤ سیڑھی اتارو دلوں کے آنگن میں نثار جاؤ نظر وار وار کر دیکھو نثار جاؤ نظر وار وار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو بہار آئی ہے دل وقفے یار کر دیکھو خرد کو نظر جنون بہار کر دیکھو بلا رہی ہے تمہیں پیار کی کھلی باہیں بلا رہی
So those were some of the highlights from yesterday. You could see how many activities were packed into just one day. Now I'm joined by Imran Mirza Saab, who's the Naib Nazim Ala for this year's Ijtema. Imran Saab, Assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Imran sir, I understand you're in charge of 4 different departments. Could you give us a brief overview of those, please?
Sure. So the 4 departments that I manage are accommodation. We've accommodated around 1,200 people this year at the Ijtema. So we've basically provided bedding and mattresses. The weather's been very challenging, so it's been quite cold at night. But the heating that we managed to provide within the marquee has been adequate. So majority of our guests that have come and stayed and spent the Ijtema with us, the general mood is quite good, so they're quite pleased. The other departments which I look after are Amanat, so that's basically allows people to come and deposit their belongings with us, their valuables with us, whilst they're out playing games and so on in the sports field and taking part in competitions. Any valuables they have, they can come and deposit them safely with us, so we look after them. The third department which I manage is hygiene, so that's basically looking after the infrastructure such as the toilets and showers, making sure that they're kept clean. Again, it's been really challenging in this weather because as you know it's rained quite heavily and it's been quite muddy, so it's been a challenge keeping the showers and toilets clean, but we've done that. We've had separate showers and toilets for the Khuddam and separate for the Atfal. We've done that quite well. And the fourth department which I manage is vehicle and transportation. So all of these vans which you see, like this 7.5-ton truck, we've got so many tipper trucks and Luton vans, and of course all the minibuses which our Khuddam use and hire over the course of the 3 days. I'm responsible for making sure that they're all available, and the coaches as well. There's been 2 coaches which have come from London on Saturday and Sunday.
The amazing thing to see is how the Khuddam who are working in your departments are working throughout. You mentioned that we have challenging weather. Obviously, the viewers can see that behind us as well. But what would you like to say about their spirit of sacrifice to come and serve here?
It's been absolutely incredible. It's been absolutely incredible. I think that all departments have really struggled with the weather, but you know, it really the most challenging department which I've seen that have the biggest challenges are the people in the car park, because to be able to stand outside in the rain for hours and hours and in muddy conditions, guiding people, helping. We've had a few problems with cars being stuck as well, so they've kindly volunteered and helped people get out of messy situations. So that's and to all the volunteers, I really want to congratulate them and thank them for all their hard effort. And it's all, as you know, we're a volunteer organisation, so it's all voluntary work, so may Allah bless them all.
Inshallah, and I echo that as well. They're doing a fantastic job all around the site, making sure that everything runs smoothly despite the rain and the wind that we've had at the moment. So moving on, we have a special report now about some of the breakout sessions that have been taking place apart from the normal activities in the Ijtema. One of them in particular was a very inspirational address by Abid Khan Sahab, and we've prepared a special report on that.
Following the Maghrib Isha prayers, which were led by Hazrat Khuddamul Masih, may Allah be his helper, Abid Khan Sahib, the International Secretary for Press and Media, delivered a faith-inspiring address in which he related some of his experiences with Hazrat Khuddamul Masih, giving the Khuddam an insight into the daily routine of the Khalifa.
Or I was able to observe a very beautiful lesson, I should say, of the importance of dua when Hazur visited Japan last in 2015. When there was an Amla meeting with Hazur, National Amla meeting, and one of the Amla members, he actually said to Hazur that, Hazur, I'm ashamed to say it, but we have quarrels amongst ourselves. We are not united. Sometimes I think some of the people in the Amla are against me. I'm sure some of them think that I'm against them. We have tried for a long time to try and settle whatever these frictions that exist, but we have not been able to do it. At that point, the person who was presenting this matter to Hazur broke down in tears. He said, Hazur, I feel ashamed, and I seek your guidance about how do we solve How do we solve this? Hazur said, if you have a problem with somebody, if you have a quarrel with somebody, if you think that some injustice has been done to you, I do not want you to fight back. I do not want you to argue with them. All I want is humility. Your job is to bow down before Allah Ta'ala and weep with true humility. If you are honest, if you are in the right, then I swear by Allah that Allah will speak on your behalf and He will defend your honor and He will guide the other people and show the truth. As Hazur said these words, whereas before just that single person was crying, suddenly all of the Amla members began weeping with tears, probably realizing and feeling that same shame that that other person felt, and also realizing that whilst they were trying to perhaps get one over each other or trying to prove that they were in the right, all of them had now been given this beautiful lesson from Khalifatul Masih about how to deal with such issues.
That speech, after that, that's just made me feel a lot more love for us all, knowing that it's not just mulaqats, it's tours, it's everything that he does for us.
It's actually amazing. It's actually something that one cannot even comprehend. Listening to Huzur's and then his daily routine.
But when you hear about Hazur who tours the world, he sees many different countries, and then he comes back, he doesn't take a day's break. And that's something which is remarkable.
It's everything that he does for us that increases my faith and makes me realise that Ahmadiyya Jamaat is so much more important than just a normal community.
है बादा मस्त बादा आशा में अहमदियत है बादा मस्त बादा आशा में अहमदियत चलता है दौर बीना वजह में अहमदियत चलता
और फिर 91st है और original vision of punch machine अब शेक्सपियर इस दफ़ा डोनट्स का विजुअल जो नई चीज़ है इस साल वो अब फिट है यानी चैलेंजेस है डोनट क्या है क्रिस्पी क्रीम डोनट
थामे हुए सुबुए गुल्फा में अहमदियत खुदा 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 में अहमदियत.
Apologies for that technical glitch with the audio, but we were able to show you the inspection highlights of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V Sayyidul Ta'ala bin Nasrih al-Aziz when he came and inspected the whole site at the Ijtema last night. Now I'm joined by respected Usman Bhatt Saab, who's in charge of all the sporting activities here. Assalamu alaikum, Usman Saab. Usman Saab, could you just give us a brief overview of the sporting activities that you've had on this year's Ijtema?
This year, the team sports, we normally have team sports and individual sports, and the team sports are, our most popular event is football, which 28 teams were registered for. Cricket, normally outdoors as well, which 20 teams registered for. Volleyball, which started outdoors but now is finishing indoors. I think 10 regions registered for that. And tug of war, which again was supposed to be outside, but of course because of the conditions we had to make some last minute changes to move it indoors.
But despite that, the sporting activities still went on, and they were still competed very well. So what was the kind of atmosphere around the sporting fields?
It's an amazing atmosphere, actually. I think it really shows you the spirit and the love everyone has for Khilafat, because in their minds they know that come rain or shine, if we win, then we have the opportunity to receive our medals from Huzuri Aqdas. And that's really amazing to see. Obviously, because of the rains, the weather conditions aren't the best, but another thing that as a team that we've learned this year, or experienced rather, is that if you have the right intention, the right spirit, the right attitude, and you work as hard as you can, and you back that work with prayers, then no matter what the conditions are, God Almighty blesses the whole circumstances and enables you to run a successful event.
Thank you very much for that overview, and inshallah we'll try and bring some highlights of the sporting activities in the reports later on in the day. That's all the time that we have for today, for right now, but do join us later on in a few hours where we'll inshallah bring you our next report. But until then, for myself and the team, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.